ready for a campaign, and we're ready for our platform release today. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for being here. Thank you to all the amazing candidates, all the volunteers, all the people who make our movement go. Thank you. One more big round of applause for all of you. You're amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I would like to begin by acknowledging that we are gathered here on the unceded traditional territories of the Musqueam, the Squamish, the Tsleil-Waututh, and the Coquitlam nations, and that this territory has been stewarded by them since time immemorial. We recognize the deep connection that these nations have to the land and the importance of working toward true reconciliation, not just in words, but in actions that create fairness and justice for everyone. I met a woman in Burnaby, a single mom, working 2 jobs, doing everything she can to give her son the life he deserves. Her boy has asthma. And she told me on some weeks, when she's at the drugstore, she stares down at his prescription and has to choose between picking it up or paying the rent. She knows what that means. She knows the risk, and still she's forced to make that call. I could hear the agony in her voice, the guilt twisting in the pit of her stomach like a knot. But that guilt doesn't belong to her, because I know she's doing everything right. She's holding up her end. It's the system that's failing her. That's not bad luck. It's the outcome of decisions made by people in power. Decisions that put CEOs and billionaires first. While you're working harder than ever just to build a good life, Canada's richest billionaires are watching their fortunes grow by hundreds of millions of dollars a day. At the same time, nearly 4 million people across this country can't afford the basics. This didn't happen by accident. It's what happens when governments have the power to act and choose not to. Liberals and conservatives put the profits of the powerful ahead of the people who make this country work. They choose, and they've chosen, tax breaks over family doctors, corporate landlords over affordable homes. These aren't just bad choices, they're wrong. They don't reflect the Canada we believe in. They don't reflect the values we share. And now, with Donald Trump's trade war, those same politicians want working people to pay the price again. They say we can't afford to invest in Canadians. But we know the truth. The money is there. It's just going to the wrong people. And all the while, the things that define us as Canadians, our healthcare, our public services, our belief in looking out for each other, are being chipped away. We won't protect Canada by copying the United States. We win by standing up, by standing together to protect what makes Canada, Canada. And that's why today I'm proud to share our campaign commitments. It's clear, it's bold, and it's focused on the people who build this country. And it starts with healthcare. We'll guarantee access to a family doctor or primary care team by 2030. We'll hire more healthcare workers, and some say it can't be done, that there's no way to get everyone a family doctor, but we know that's not true. We'll create residencies for qualified, internationally trained doctors already living in Canada, so they can get to help working to help people instead of waiting on the sidelines. We'll stop the slow creep of for-profit care. We'll launch universal pharmacare, starting with free diabetes medication and birth control, and expanding to cover essential medicines by year's end. Because no one should skip medicine to pay rent. No parent, like the mom I met in Burnaby, should ever have to look at her child's prescription and wonder if keeping a roof overhead means leaving the pharmacy empty-handed. That choice should never exist in a country like Canada. And your mental health, it matters just as much. We'll make mental health care part of public health care. No more waiting, no more choosing between your well-being and your bank account. Because no matter what you're up against, your health, your rent, or the cost of feeding your family, you deserve a government that's there for you. That's why we'll build 3 million homes that you can afford. We'll cap rents. We'll stop corporate landlords from treating housing like a stock portfolio. Homes are for people, not hedge funds. We'll help first-time homebuyers. We'll support Indigenous-led housing. We'll take public land and put it to public use. We're going after the cost of living and the profiteers behind it. That means a price cap on grocery essentials, GST off your home heating, diapers, and the internet, retrofits to cut your bills by thousands of dollars. And real fixes to employment insurance. So if you lose your job, you don't lose everything. We're ready to act starting on day one. Because very soon after this election, there will be a federal budget. And you need New Democrats there to make sure it delivers for working and middle-class people. Because when we're not there to remind them, the Liberals have a habit of forgetting about people, and we won't let them forget about the people. So here's what we'll fight to deliver in the first year. Real steps towards a family doctor for every Canadian. Universal pharmacare, national rent control, grocery price caps, a real fix to EI, and tax relief for working people. Paid for by ending handouts to oil and gas CEOs, by bringing in a wealth tax on fortunes over $10 million, by putting a surtax on corporate profits over $500 million, and by cracking down on tax havens and loopholes. Because no nurse, no teacher, no tradesperson should pay more than a billionaire flipping stocks. We've seen what happens when governments protect billionaires instead of everyday people. We don't need to look far, just south of the border. We won't let that happen. We won't let Trump's trade war become your burden to carry. We won't let him buy our public health care. We won't let him drive up drug prices. We won't let him come for our water, our minerals, or our workers. And we won't let anyone put indigenous rights or environmental protections on the negotiating table. Because this is our line, and we won't back down. This election is about who you trust to hold that line, to stand up when it counts, to fight not for the ultra-rich, but for you. The things we're proudest of as Canadians: universal health care, pensions, protections for workers. Those weren't gifts. They were won. They were won because people trusted New Democrats to fight for them. In the last parliament, we delivered dental care, the first steps of pharmacare, a ban on scab labor, 10 paid sick days. Now imagine what we could do with more New Democrats in Ottawa. Canada works better when New Democrats are there to hold the powerful to account. So if someone asks you, why vote NDP? Tell them this: because when we have power, we use it to fix what's broken, to protect what matters, to build a Canada that works for you, not just the ones cashing in while you struggle. Let's protect what makes Canada, Canada. Let's do it together. Thank you so much. Merci. 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 Merci.